Welcome back to Everything All the Time. Pat O'Brien along with Tony Boldy. I know there's a cough button here, but I don't use it. Well, we want to thank Lee Steinberg, who's great, by the way.
Oh, he's an amazing man.
One of the original power guys in the football world. I like the way he plays football Sundays. He watches all the games, and then he goes and finds out what the damage is to his clients.
Absolutely. I really wanted to know, because of that movie coming out with Will Smith, about where is that line where health matters and the winning matters.
What, concussion?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. That movie's been out for a year.
I know.
So you're a little behind in your movies.
Well, no, but I'm just saying that would be that's my first chance to ask him that question.
Okay. Two things happened while we were on the air. One, former quarterback Todd Marinovich and the sensation of USC, who's had many downfalls from drugs and alcohol, was just arrested walking naked on a path somewhere, stoned out of his mind, and poor Todd, he just can't put it together. And a $50 million lawsuit was filed by one of the hosts of the Fox News Network, Andrea Tantaros, all the sexual harassment thing against Roger Ailes, and it seems to be exploding. I thought it was over with, but now they're saying that the advances came from all kinds of people there. Her complaint says, Bill O'Reilly, John Roberts, others.
It's been going on for a long time.
We can't confirm that, but that's what that's her lawsuit. So Fox News in the news again, and you would have thought that Fox News would not be in the news in this way, but men are men, and this happens, I guess, everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I don't know what to say to it. I'm not the sports guy. You remember? You bring me up for entertainment,
Fox News has nothing to do with Fox.
Well, I have my opinion about Fox News, and I was just biting my tongue. But if I have my opinion about Fox News.
Fox News is politics.
Yeah, and I don't know if I should be airing that on your show, but I don't support Fox News.
It's interesting what is going on. We'll see who takes it over, because it was a powerhouse, and Roger Ailes, who now I'm guessing, will go to work for Trump, who, by the way, is still running for president, poorly.
Well, wasn't he hired by the Clintons? That's my conspiracy theory.
Ailes?
No, Trump.
I don't know. He's going to win or lose.
Right.
I think this will be, he's going to lose, I think. But I think this will be the first presidential loss where there won't be a concession speech. I've known Don for 30 years. Yeah. I'll guarantee you it'll be very difficult for that guy to go out and say, I lost.
His ego?
It's just the way he is. I mean, we all have egos, but his is, and he can't get away from himself. He can't control himself. Mm-hmm. And when he gets on the teleprompter, he sounds like a character out of a Marvel comic.
It was definitely an entertaining election year, or a couple years.
It was fun for a while, right? When he first came out,
absolutely.
I couldn't take my eyes off.
Now, what do you think about his business? Do you think it's going to help his bottom dollar once he's done with this?
I think that's why he's in it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
like I said, no bad press.
He's got to watch out, because he's becoming a punchline, not a viable business.
Now, how much do people like that have to worry about their safety? I mean, there's enough crazy people in America that could be really...
Oh, I see that question.
I mean, he has bodyguards now because he's running for president.
He had bodyguards before. He's got a big security squad. Yeah. But we could walk out here now and get shot by a former Dallas cheerleader.
Who are you
sitting right here.
That's funny.
Safety is safety, and I don't want to put that out there.
Right.
But he's just getting worse and worse. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to what Lee Steinberg said about how he treats it. He's got a lot of clients and a lot of people playing football. And does he have any Cowboys? Do you know Lee Steinberg?
He signed on 16 people.
Yeah, I mean, he's and I love the way he watches. I didn't know this about him. He watches the games, and then he goes to the loser locker room, see who's injured, goes home, picks up Grey's Anatomy, which is a medical book about this thick, or you can get it on your iPhone. And you look down, broken femur. Okay, that guy's going to be out for 10 weeks. Right. It's amazing how quickly they come back, though.
Well, it's like legalized gambling. I mean, you're playing the odds and trying to figure out based on all the stats.
Well, gambling is what keeps football alive. Mm-hmm. Don't think that fantasy leagues were started because people wanted to have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I know players who go out to dinner and people come up, I need a touchdown from you this week, instead of hi. But fantasy league, FanDuel, all this stuff, it's all about gambling. Mm-hmm. Football is all about gambling. Mm-hmm. Don't think it's not. $10 billion is bet on the Super Bowl every year.
Right. Do you gamble?
No. I bet. I'll tell you when I gamble. I bet a book. A friend of mine and I have a yearly bet with a book. You know, whoever loses has to give the other guy a book. And then I might do an office pool. But then I'm so lucky. I keep winning them.
Right.
And I don't want to. I don't want to be. Oh.
Yeah, but you have
Pat wins.
Yeah, well, you've been doing this your whole life. I
No, it's
gamble
not-
every day in my career as a film producer. That's huge gambling. You're taking other people's money, 10, 20, 30 million dollars, and you're gambling you're going to make that back and then some.
What is your next movie?
Well, we were working with Gary Marshall, and he just passed, and they decided to keep moving forward. And Penny Marshall, his sister, is coming on board with his son Scott Marshall, and the agreement team are going to continue to work on that project. It was the thing. It was in his bed.
What's the movie about?
It's about 3 kids that lock their parents in the basement. And it's kind of a Home Alone. What happens upstairs where the parents try to get out?
Right.
It's about divorce.
I think I know that every movie that Spielberg did had some relation to divorce.
Mm-hmm. Well,
E.T., all those.
The cool spin that Gary Marshall put on it, it wasn't originally written, was not the happy ending where they get back together and all is good. He's like, no, they go through the divorce, but the kids in both houses get the exact same bedroom. Not to spoiler alert, but they get the same bedroom.
They die, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the point is that divorce, happens, and to stop saying that it doesn't, and to show a movie that can show how divorce can work.
Not only does it happen, but it's culturally acceptable now.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up in the 50s, my parents were divorced, and it was like I had a knife in the middle of my forehead going into school.
Well,
Parents are divorced.
I just DJ'd a 50-year wedding anniversary, 50 years, and everybody in the room had oxygen tanks on, and all the guests were at the original wedding, and it was kind of an amazing experience because we don't see that happening. 50 years of marriage.
I just had my 50-year high school, believe it or not.
Wow.
And I said the only people that go to these reunions are the people that have private jets, who did really well or who look good.
Right.
The rest of them stay home.
So how many people were at your reunion?
10.
And you were there,
South
of course.
Dakota. I didn't go this time. But I keep, the funny thing about me in South Dakota is that I keep in touch with all my buddies back there. They're all alive. We're all alive. My whole band's still alive, and we're going to play sometime in the fall before Christmas.
So you play guitar?
Organ. We had a big
Organ,
band
wow.
in the 60s.
And
big.
you tap dance as well.
I'm an excellent tap
I know.
dancer.
I saw the video.
I used to dance with Gregory Hines.
Absolutely.
And you're a drummer, but a failed drummer. So
I
you
wouldn't say failed. I'm coming back in sobriety, but there was about 4 or 5 years where you could call me a failed drummer.
What band will pick you up?
What band? Any band if they're smart. I'm a good drummer, Pat. I don't have a lot of confidence in much, but that I do.
Do you know why women can't do the wipeout drum part?
Why is that?
I don't know. It's not a joke. They're like somehow women can't do that
The
one
accent?
extra beat. No, that's not it. It's this. Hold on.
We're playing drum.
Wait. That's the beat they can't do. I can't do
Love
this
it.
stupid set.
Doing air drums with Pat O'Brien.
It's not air drums. We're drumming. And by the way, if you listen to all the mono versions of the Beatles albums,
Right.
the drums are too loud. They mixed them wrong. Next time you see Ringo Starr, if you ever see him, ask him about
Well,
that.
the producer, the Wall of Power. I don't remember the producer's name, but he got real famous for layering with, I think, with the Beatles and possibly Led Zeppelin. One of the most.
The Wall of Sound.
Yeah, they do the
Philadelphia.
Yeah, he was in jail.
That's it.